very welcome to the second session of our Indian Online Summit. The second session will be about Woody Technologies, a company from France. Soon I will hand over to Aurélien Brelle, the co-founder and salesperson from Woody Technologies, and Stefan Pfütze, co-founder and CEO of Extreme Distribution, will have the dialogue and presentation with Aurélien Brelle. My name is Tobias Schönhaar. We might have met on a trade show before. I'm very happy that you can join us online this time. And I'm a bit sad I could not make it to India yet this year, but I'm looking forward to the next time. So one remark about the one-on-one sessions. Please book the one-on-one sessions separately. You could have a talk with Aurélien about some details later on. Also, if you would like to participate in the Flowworks dialogue and presentation later on, you please have to register separately. You will find the registration times and possibilities in the email you have received, or you contact either our trusted partner, Rahul Commerce for India, us, Extreme Distribution, and the Woody team is at your disposal as well. So I thank you very much for joining, and I think we can start now, and I hand over to Stefan and Aurélien. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toby, for the introduction. See you later. Hi, guys. Very happy to be with you. We are here in Munich, sunny Munich right now, and we are happy to have this event all day long for our Indian customers, all arranged by our partner, Rahul Commerce. Now with us here in this call is Aurélien Brelle, who is a co-founder and global sales manager for everything important at Woody Technologies. He is connected to us from his office in Zurich, Switzerland. Hello, Aurélien. So we've prepared a little bit of an interactive conversation today. We want to give an insight into the company on one hand, into the general product portfolio. We want to talk a little bit about the highlights and then also want to give a little bit of an outlook. Dear guests, whenever you have questions, and hopefully there are many, please type into the chat functionality of the GoToMeeting tool, and we will try to answer all of that as good as possible. I will get all the questions here on my earphones, and you can see Aurélien, he has earphones as well. This is how we are all interconnected. Aurélien, first of all, please tell us a little bit about Woody Technologies.
Yes, sure. So Woody is a company based in France, in Paris, and established since 7 years ago already. We are focusing mainly on the software development, and we are providing software solutions for our customers, which are broadcasters and post-production companies mainly. We also have an office in Los Angeles for the Americas market. And we are a part of a group named Askida Taldea, which is a quite important group here in France for services to broadcasters and post-production companies. So with the Askida background, we have in total more than 15 years of experience in these workflows.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, we know each other since quite a while, and there's a bit of a product portfolio meanwhile, many different products that all add up to each other. Woody Intuit is the most traditional one. Could you please tell us what that is and a little bit also how the product history was and what the Intuit portfolio is today?
Yeah, sure. Woody Intuit is not just a product, it's a full product line, and it's the solution that we offer to our customers to manage their file-based ingest workflows. And it can suit many situations and many business cases, including automated ingest via watch folders, manual ingest by the ingest operators or by the journalists themselves, but also some remote ingest use cases. So people working from the field, from their smartphone or from their laptop, and needing to ingest content to the central production system. So it's really the solution that is made to manage all these use cases around file-based ingest and transcoding.
Thank you. And then to give the overview, there's not only Intuit, there's more. I think about the new live product, for instance? What use cases is that targeting?
Yes, you're right. There is more. We have two other products that I'd like to highlight today. We have the Woody Ingest Live that is made for live ingest operations from SDI feeds, but also NDI and web streams. So this is the product that we announced almost 1 year ago now. So it's brand new, and now it started to be deployed. So it's quite exciting, and had a lot of positive feedbacks from the customers. So Woody Ingest Live is one of these highlights, and the other one is Woody Social. That is made to ingest content from any website, social network, straight to the production environment. The common idea of all these products is to integrate easily with your existing environment, so your existing storage, your existing media asset management system, your existing editing software. So we are agnostic from these systems, and we can easily integrate with any of them.
Cool. So we spoke about file ingest, we spoke about live ingest, signals and streams. We spoke about ingest from social media and other downloads, but I know there's more that you have. There is the very newest baby, the brand new one to come out. Please tell us.
So I guess you were talking about the mobile app for Woody
Yeah,
Intuit?
I do.
Okay, thank you for telling me. So yes, we have the Woody Intuit mobile app that we've released just a few weeks ago. And it was very interesting to see that during these Corona times, with everyone working from home, there was really a need for a remote contribution from any device, because people were stuck at home with not all the professional equipment that you can expect usually. So that's we started, of course, the development of this app far before, but it was really right in time that we were able to publish this mobile app. So with the Woody Intuit mobile app, you can upload content from any mobile, iOS, Android, straight to the production environment with the best quality videos, photos, but also the metadata that comes with, and that's a very important part of all the Woody products and all the Woody solution. We can easily guide the users to enter the right metadata with the ingest, and these metadata are not lost on the way and are transferred to the production environment, no matter what is the source, no matter from which device you are ingesting.
So, and then whenever you can ingest something, so to put it in, you can take it out as well. And I know that you have products for that as well, also various traditional ones. Tell us, what can you do in terms of retrieving content from pumps, mums, and tools like that?
Yes, we have the ingest capability. We have a product named Woody ingest, but now this feature is also becoming part of the Woody Intuit product line. So the idea here is just to transfer content from the production environment to the archive, to the web, to the playout systems as well. Really easily use all the protocols that we have to transfer the content to the final destination where it will be broadcasted or stored. And what is interesting with this product and with all the Woody products is that we are fully cloud compatible, and we integrate with cloud storage already. So if you want to use the power of the cloud to upload content to Amazon S3 or to Azure Blob Storage, that's something you can do for ingest, but also for outgest.
So I think we nearly covered the complete product portfolio. Have I forgot something?
No, you're right. We have covered everything. We have also some third-party integrations, and we are doing some of custom development for specific needs. So yeah, if anyone has specific needs or challenges, we are happy to hear about it.
Good. So now we spoke quite a lot about all the products, but I think we should look into the products a little bit more closer right now. We probably cannot address all products in all the details within that hour, but let's pick at least some. And I think we should have a closer look on Intuit Server, Intuit Mobile as well, or Go, as we say. We have your screen share as well. Could you show us the product? Give us a rough run through how it works.
Yeah, I will. We have limited time here, so I cannot really go through all the Woody Intuit variants. But at least I will try to give you the global overview of the latest developments in Woody Intuit. So Woody Intuit exists basically in three versions. You have the Woody Intuit standalone ingest workstation. You have the Woody Intuit server that is made to build imported ingest farms, and you have Woody Intuit Go for the remote ingest use case. So today I will just tell you a bit of the news that we have in Woody Intuit server, and I will show you also Woody Intuit Go and how it works. So Woody Intuit Server is a product that can be used in two ways. One is with the manual user interface that you will see in a minute, but the other one is a fully automated workflow based on watch folders or trigger via the API. So what we have added recently in Woody Intuit Server is the cloud watch folders to retrieve content from the cloud, and that makes perfectly sense with Woody Intuit Go. I will explain in a minute. We have added some additional authentication providers to have a better integration with Active Directory or with cloud authentication providers like OneLogin or Okta with the SAML2 protocol. And we've added also some support for XML sidecar metadata, so it allows us to handle many different kind of sources, combining media and metadata. So that's for the server part. But I think what is more interesting today with the current situation is to talk about the Woody Intuit Go architecture and to show you how it looks like. So Woody Intuit Go, the idea is that you can deploy it on any device, laptop or smartphone for all your journalists or for your correspondents or anyone who need to send you content. So these people can be, of course, outside of your network and outside of your organization. So Woody Intuit Go, one of the main advantages of Woody Intuit Go is that all the configuration of the client is not managed on the device itself, but it's managed through a cloud-based configuration service where you can manage all the users, and you can also define ingest profiles. Ingest profiles, as you will see in a few seconds, is basically the destination where you want to send the content and all the technical parameters of this ingest. So it can be very useful to have multiple ingest profiles, multiple users, and decide who can do what. And once the client is ready to transfer, we use one of the protocols that we support. And it's interesting here to see that we support various acceleration protocols to send heavy files over very large distances to the production facility. And the production facility that you see here on the right-hand side in the blue square can be on-prem, but can also be in the cloud. And we have a very interesting user story right now with a complete cloud-based production system. So that's just a bit of the architecture. Now, how does it look like? Let me switch to the Woody Intuit user interface. So that's the Woody Intuit user interface. It's completely web-based, and it's exactly the same either you are in a standalone server or remote ingest installation. So it's super easy for the users because it's always the same workflow. And we have designed this to be very easy to manipulate by anyone, including journalists with no specific technical skills. So let me just connect to the user interface in a minute. So that's the user interface of Woody Intuit. And here you can load all the media that you want to ingest. And this media can be, of course, the files, but it can also be some professional camera cards media like Panasonic P2, Sony XD-Cam, 5D, GoPro. We support all these formats. And that's one of the advantages of Woody Intuit. You are able to handle many different file format and camera card format in the same solution. So In this web-based user interface, you can, of course, preview the content that you want to ingest. That's something quite important to make sure that you are sending the right content to the right place. You can create some sub-clips if you want to do partial ingest. You can check the audio levels, and of course, all the technical metadata. And then you can choose an ingest profile. And this ingest profile, as I mentioned before, defines where and how the content will be transferred. So here I'm on a laptop. The ingest profile defines if my laptop will transcode the content to a lower resolution for transfer, or if we will directly send the highest resolution to the server. Another thing that is defined in the profiles is the metadata that you want your users to fill in. And that's something quite important, because as you have people contributing from many places, you want the content to be properly indexed. And here you can define some text and list metadata. And we have a lot of possibilities here to make sure that the content that will be transferred will be properly indexed. And that's something our customers really appreciate. And then when you click on the process button, you have nothing to care about in terms of technical processing, because all is handled in the background by Woody Intuit, the transcoding, the transfer through the right protocol to the final destination. So as you can see, that's a quite easy process and a quite intuitive user interface. But in the background, in the configuration, we don't have time for that today, but you have a lot of options that you can define for your users in terms of transcoding, file stitching, renaming, and so on.
Aurélien,
So
I know that we have some technicians amongst us. Probably want to give a little bit of an insight what the Woody engine can do. You named transcoding, but I know that there's lots of stuff more, and there's, I think, also a rules engine, and I think quite sophisticated. Nice to hear.
Yes, sure. So the Woody engine, one thing to say is that it's the same for all the Woody products. So it's what I will say you now is valid for Intuit, but also for the other products. The Woody engine includes, of course, the transcoding and rewrap engine. So we can transcode basically from any format, audio, image, video, to any broadcast on web or web format. So that's something we do. We do also rewrapping from MOV to MXF, MXFOP1A to MXFOP8 and some other use cases. But this engine can also do clip stitching, logo overlay, or image overlay. We have also some options to limit or to force the number of audio tracks in the output. We can change the time code. We can generate some time code on the content that doesn't have initially a time code. So yeah, we have plenty of options in the profiles configuration. You have on our YouTube channel a video that is showing mainly most of these settings, and otherwise I can of course go through the profiles configuration in details with those of you who are interested in this part.
Thank you very much. Now, what happens after you pressed process and all these engines have been active? Could you tell us to what type of systems you can ingest?
Yeah, sure. So we are ingesting to basically any storage and any media asset management system. So we have various integrations with media asset management systems such as Avid Interplay, Grass Valley Stratus, Dalet Galaxy, and some others. So that's not just about transferring the media. This is also about creating the right clip or the right asset in the right folder in the media asset management system, fill in all the metadata fields, and address your exact business case by all the organization and naming rules that we have inside Woody. But as I said before, you can also work without a MAM system, and in that case, we can just write on FTP storage, SMB storage, and use the various other protocols to address cloud storage needs or some others.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Question that came to my mind, where is, I know it's a stupid question, but let me ask it anyhow. Where is the difference in terms of the user interface in between someone who sits in front of his laptop versus someone who's at a desktop PC in the broadcaster's office, or whether someone is in the operational technical room?
Yeah, that's the good aspect of things. There is no difference. The user interface that you've seen just before is the same. So that's a good way, because people sometimes it's the same people who are working in different situations. So it's good for them to have always the same process, always the same user interface, no matter where they are or no matter what kind of files they are dealing with today. So this user interface is the same, but you can customize it depending on the user profile. So you can define that you want to show more or less technical details if you're giving this to journalists, or if you're giving this to technical operators. You don't need the same information to be displayed. And it is all things that you can customize in the Woody Intuit configuration to decide what can be what will be displayed in this user interface. The only case where you have a different user interface is if you are working from your smartphone, because of course we cannot display all of this on the smartphone screen. So if you are working on a smartphone, you have a slightly lighter user interface where you can browse the content from your smartphone. You can go to the library, select the photos and the videos that you want to transfer, choose your profile again, add the metadata. But of course, you have less options for subclipping, for example, or this kind of stuff. But you can preview, select, add the metadata, and do the upload exactly to the same profile and to the same destination than when you are working from your laptop.
So the app is a kind of a different user interface for the smartphones, and I remember it's valid for iOS as well as for Android. But it's a different type of user interface for the exact same backend and the same engine and all the same ingest processes.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. You are managing all of these from one single cloud configuration service. So your iOS, Android, and laptop users are managed from the same location and are managed by you. You don't need to go on each device to perform the configuration. This is done fully remotely. And yes, the backend is the same. The workflows are the same. So you can completely have content coming in your system from laptops and from a smartphone with the same Intuit setup.
Cool. So now we've covered various types of file ingest, even the mobile ones. Earlier we spoke about Woody Social, and I think it's definitely a hot topic today. People say, where does content come first? That is on YouTube. So especially for news and other use cases. Let's talk about Woody Social. I think the best is you show us the product and the capabilities everyone will understand easily.
Yeah, definitely. So I will show you what Woody Social is. I'm switching to another web user interface. This is the Woody Social user interface. And the purpose of this tool is to have an easy way to retrieve content from the web or from the social networks and to ingest it into your production system with a very limited number of human operations. So here you also need to log in as in all the Woody products. And once you are logged in, you will have access to the search engine that is embedded in Woody Social. And this search engine is provided by one of our technology partners named Nunkey, which is also a French company. And they are specialized in all the search across multiple social networks. So that's really what they are doing every day and all day long, and they're very good at it.
What social media networks are supported?
So you can ingest from, you can ingest from more, but you can search on Twitter, YouTube, Vimeo, and also now on vContact, also known as VK. And yeah, you can run a single search across all these social networks simultaneously and select the results that you want to ingest and put them in the queue to be downloaded, transcoded, and published to your media management system or to your storage. So yeah, let me get back to the user interface, so I can show you here on the left-hand side. You have the various options for search. So you can search per location. That's quite interesting if you want to see what happens in a specific area. You can search by keywords if you just want to put some keywords in your search, or you can also watch a list of social media accounts. So that can be very interesting if you are looking into politics or sports and you want to watch what has been published by certain social media accounts in a very easy and fast way. So let me show you the location based search. So the idea here with this location-based search is that we will draw a circle where we want to search content that has been recently published. So if I'm going to Mumbai now, I'm searching Mumbai in my search map, in my map window, and here I can draw a circle in the Mumbai area.
Is that where the content is originated from, or is that what the content is about, or is it both?
No, here it's about where the content has been published from. But you can also refine what the content is about by adding some keywords. Here on the left-hand side, I can search the content that has been published in the Mumbai area. I can search for the most recent one. I can filter if I want only image and video content, and I can say that I want only content that is talking about COVID. So if I apply this keyword to all my social networks and then run my search in this area, the search engine will look for all the most recent content published in this area, so in the Mumbai area, and that is mentioning COVID. So you have here all the mixed contents from Twitter, from VK, from YouTube, and from Vimeo. But of course, you can refine the search. If you want to search only on one social network or another, you can have a more limited search to do so. So I'm sorry, this is a bit slow today with also the video uplink and everything. That's how it goes when we test, when we experience new production ways.
No worries, I see something is going to happen. So yeah. What I've understood, this is a web user interface, and that connects to the Woody social server, and the server is reaching out where?
So first thing to say is that the server can be cloud hosted or hosted on premises. So you can host the Woody social server on premises, or we can host it for you in the cloud. Then you drastically reduce all the problems that you could have with the IT rules and security rules. Then when you have your search results that are available, and when you select them and put them in your selection list, you can see here on the right hand side we have the selection list where I will add some contents that have been retrieved. Here you again define profiles, ingest profiles, including the destination where you want this content to be published. So this can be your local MAM, this can be your remote MAM, this can be cloud storage again. The same possibilities that we have mentioned before. So everything is again driven by the ingest profile, and when you add something in your selection list, as I'm doing now with this Twitter photo, once you have added again the metadata, because again you have to put the metadata expected by your administrator, and when you click on the process button, this content will be downloaded by the server either in the cloud or on premises. It will be transcoded if needed to your house format, and it will be published with all the metadata and with no loss of metadata to your production system and to your production environment.
And let me guess, you always take the worst quality that is available on the web?
No, we take the best. Yeah, we take the best quality available from the source. But that's for the content from Twitter, YouTube, Vimeo, or VK. But we can also, and it's important, ingest content from other sources like Facebook, Instagram, and many other websites. So that's another way to use Woody Social to get this content. So if you have found directly your content on Instagram, on Facebook, you can just drag and drop the link in Woody Social, or use our Woody Social web browser plugin to directly ingest this photo or this Facebook video to your environment. So we have the search part, but we have also the very powerful ingest part where you can use other sources as well.
So as you just mentioned, it came to my mind as well. You have the plugin for, I think it's Google Chrome. Correct? What is the idea about this plugin? Because that seems to be something that is kind of always around, if I like so.
Yes, the idea of the plugin is that this is something that you can easily install on all the workstations of the journalists, for example, or of the operators who have to deal with such ingest use case. And this Google Chrome plugin is detecting if the web page that you are navigating on is compatible with Woody Social or not. And if it is, like if you are on an Instagram post or a Facebook post, this will offer you directly without opening any other software or without opening a new page. This will allow you to choose the profile, as you can see here on the right-hand side, and to add the metadata that you are required, and to directly ingest the content here from the plugin itself. So we have updated the plugin just a few days ago to improve the monitoring. So you have a monitoring tab where you can see everything that you have already ingested. And you can, of course, follow the process to make sure that your content is well arrived where it has to be ingested to.
So to me, it sounds like this is a tool that can be easily rolled out to all the journalists within a facility, so that they all have the ability, when they do their work, watch the web for new stuff, to easily get the content into the production systems and into the newsroom, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is. And you said within the facility, but it can also be outside of the facility. And that's something that we had to deploy during the recent crisis to enable these kind of ingest possibilities for a customer with people working from home and needing to ingest that to multiple sites worldwide. So yeah, it can be basically for anyone who needs to contribute to your system with content coming from the web.
Cool. I think we've seen quite a lot about Woody Social. So we spoke about file ingest from within the facility, from abroad, from mobile phones. We spoke about social media ingest. Before we come to the next, I would like to encourage you once again to send us your questions. Please use the chat and ask us whatever you are interested in. We are very happy to answer that whenever there's something coming up. Yeah. Aurélien, what's next? Live?
Yes.
We are live, and you have a tool for live ingest.
Yes, yes, we do. So we have Woody Ingest Live, as I mentioned before, which is another highlight of this summertime. So the Woody Ingest Live solution is made not only to ingest classical SDI feeds, but also all the NDI and web streams that you could need to ingest in your production environment. And I'm sure that right now the people who are watching need to ingest such content coming from the web, especially for the remote interviews with Skype or with all the systems like Microsoft Teams or Zoom as well. So thanks to the NDI support of these systems, and thanks to the NDI support of Woody Ingest Live, you can easily directly record such calls straight to your storage and straight to your production environment, and get it available for editing very fast and very easily. Which is quite important, because what we see is that right now most of our customers, they are converting the Skype call to SDI and then using their SDI ingest resources to record it. So that's something you no longer need to do with Woody Ingest Live, as you can on the same system record SDI, but also record all the NDI and web sources straight to the production environment.
So what type of records are this? Kind of spontaneous crash records? Is it more something planned and scheduled as well? And how powerful is this thing? So how many channels, how many codecs? Questions like this are all firing up in my head.
Yeah, so you can do both. You can do crash recording, but you can also do scheduling. We have a web-based scheduler that you can see here on the right-hand side. This web-based scheduler allows you to configure and prepare all the recording across multiple channels. Within this scheduler, you can have multiple servers, multiple video servers, and multiple channels on each server that is configured. So you're not limited. You can deploy several Woody Ingest Live boxes to have multiple video recording servers, and you can schedule across all these resources, again, choosing the right profile to send the content to the right destination, adding the metadata, choosing the source, of course, because here you have also to select the live source. And you have a preview of the live source as well, so you can easily see what is being recorded. And you can, of course, as I said before, mix in the same user interface the NDI channels, the SDI channels, and the IP channels.
So that sounds to me, the web scheduler is more than just a web UI. It's more like a farm controller that manages a larger environment if I need so.
Yes, it's really the central operation center, I would say, for the live ingest tasks. This is where you can see the status of your different servers, where you can also monitor that the content is well transferred to the storage, and that's something to mention, that the content is usually recorded either locally on the video server first or on the temporary shared storage, and then it's transferred to the production storage. And if something wrong happens, if the connection breaks with the production storage, you are notified in the web scheduler, and you can retransfer the content afterwards when the network link is up again. So yeah, it's really in this web-based interface that everything happens, and as it's web-based, basically anyone who has right to access it can easily control or just have a view on the current and coming recordings.
So you just mentioned integrations. I'm guessing this is not a standalone product. It can be easily integrated into the kind of same environments as we heard earlier.
Yeah, sure. It can integrate with the same media asset management systems and using the same protocols that we mentioned earlier. Also, again, with all the metadata handling, the naming convention to make sure that the recordings are properly named in the target environment. So that's quite easily done with Woody Ingest Live. And as you mentioned before, and I forgot to answer the question, sorry, about the codecs, it supports most of the broadcast codecs, broadcast formats, so we can record SD, HD, 4K, 2MXF, 2MXF OPA tone for Avid, a QuickTime as well, generate proxies if necessary. So yeah, there are plenty of options to integrate with all the broadcast environments that you may have.
Excellent. Again, file, social, live, user stories. Thank you so much for this buzzword. Please tell us a little bit about your typical customers and their use cases. What are they using this product line for?
Yeah, our customers are, I would say, 80% broadcasters and 20% post-production companies. We have customers all around the world in more than 25, nearly 30 countries now. And we have all broadcaster sizes and all company sizes. We have very small regional broadcasters who are using a standalone product for ingest as a very affordable price, just to streamline their ingest operations with not a lot of volume, with not a lot of machines, just simple installation. And we have enterprise size installations with multiple servers, with multiple products, and using our solutions across multiple sites. So that's very good to see that our solutions are fitting with many different customer types and customer sizes as well.
Thanks, Aurélien. Once again, I would like to encourage you to send us your questions. We'll have some minutes more to go, and then we will wrap up. Please tell us what you are especially interested in. Aurélien, what are the latest news that we are tending to? Okay, I know we have not yet reached the time for the next big trade show or something like this, but I know that you always have a news for us at hand. I think one news is all this product portfolio, but what are the news for this month?
Yeah, what I want to show you, because that's kind of a news, and we did a lot of improvements for this project, is a project that we just did recently during the Corona crisis. This project that we deployed in a very short time frame, just 2 or 3 weeks, for a US-based customer, is about ingesting content from the web across multiple sites and to multiple systems in different cities on different continents. So that's what you can see on the diagram here. We have 250 remote users located everywhere and mainly from home at the moment, who are accessing Woody Social in just via web browser, just via Google Chrome, or using the plugin that we mentioned before. And what we did here is that Woody Social is delivering the content that is being downloaded to 7 different cities, 7 different locations, where the content is handled by Woody Intuit server that we've also mentioned for file-based ingest. Of course, when I say content, it's media and metadata. And the content is transcoded to the house format and is put into their Avid media asset management system on each location from a single user interface with a high level of users and rights management, and with a completely smooth and easy workflow for the end users. And another project that is similar in the way that it is about cloud and about remote is the project that we are now deploying for a very big European broadcaster. The name is on the slide. This project is about allowing hundreds of users all around the world to ingest content from their smartphones or from their laptops, and to transfer it over Signion Transfer Acceleration. So Signion Transfer Acceleration is something we had recently, especially for this project, but will probably be a benefit for many other customers as well. And here, another news that we have is that we integrated with the Stratus MAM from Grass Valley. This is something that we just completed last month, to directly transfer the media and the metadata to the Stratus MAM from Grass Valley. So this is kind of news because we have the new Stratus integration, we have the new Signion integration, we have improved the Woody Intuit Go workflow, and what we have added for that is that we have just released today a new version of the Woody Intuit mobile app just this morning on Android and iOS. And for the previous project that I mentioned, we have also updated the Google Chrome plugin for Woody Social just 2 weeks ago. So we have a lot of ongoing improvements all around this product line: Woody Social, Woody Intuit Server, would Intuit go and would ingest live, of course.
Thanks, Aurélien. So it's not a theory, it's really happening today that this is a quite complete product portfolio that can run in distributed environments as well. And today, clouds seems to be the way how to deploy such scenarios. Aurélien, there was one question coming in about how you compare to your competitors and as well where you see competitive advantages. No, this is a difficult question, but probably you can give us a little bit of an insight.
Yes, because it depends on the product, it depends on the business case. So it's not an easy question, but still, I think that our difference with the competitors or with the other solutions that you can find on the market right now is that we are really focusing on the users and the administrators of our solutions. So we are providing easy to use, easy to configure, easy to deploy products and solutions. You will not need weeks of work to get this working. If you want fully social cloud working by the end of the week in your facility, this is something we can do. And I think this is a very important aspect of our solutions. You will not spend weeks, you will not spend billions, you will have fair prices, and you will have easy to deploy and to install solutions. And the other aspect is that your users will be happy because we have designed this user interface speaking to the users, speaking to the ingest operators, speaking to the journalists, because we are in contact with them every day through the ASCII group. And that's, I think, in our DNA to design products which are not just technology. Of course, there is technology, but there is technology for a purpose. And this purpose is to make the life of the journalists and of the operators easier.
Thank you very much, Aurélien. And thank you to all of you. There's still a chance to send us some questions. You can also have a private session with us or with Aurélien. That's no problem. On the slide that we probably show you this very moment, there is a code that you can scan to arrange a meeting with us. Please do so either today or in the next days, no worries. We definitely can also provide you trial versions to download with corresponding licenses. We could show you things via remote demonstrations. We can have you a test environment in the cloud. Just let us know. And then for sure, there are our friends from Rahul Commerce that are at your hand, closer to you, that always can be on your side and can help you through. I would like to wrap up for this session right now and would like to point out that there is another one to come in about 2 hours from now, as far as I remember. That is, no, I was wrong. It's just 1 hour from now. That is with Flowworks. Flowworks is a media asset management system, production management system, and also a workflow system. And you can easily guess right now if there's ingest, if there's transcoding, what we heard about now and also this morning. And there is the content management, the media management, that how this all adds up one to each other. So I'm very happy to see you back in quite a short time. There is a new registration needed for that. So these are separated webinars. Please have a look for the registration code, sign up, and then we see each other in just some minutes again. Thank you so much and all the very best. See you soon again. Thank you so much, Aurélien, as well.
Thank you, Stefan. Thank you all.